Hello, everybody. This is B.A. Hardenberg here, known as Buddy Hardenberg with HollyNorth Home Recording Studio Incorporated. Welcome to the Recording Studios Google Plus, where you guys out there get a private lesson with me here in the studio. These free courses are going to be offered each free of charge for all you guys that want to get into the audio production, or you want to DJ, or you want to be an audio engineer. So we're going to start off with the basics today. This is considered our chapter course 101 today. Let's get started. All right, so starting off today, we're going to talk about resource books. Before we get to any of this fun stuff over here to explain stuff, we're going to talk about references, resources, so you can get to know what the latest gear is and what you need to look for. Okay. So starting here, this is an updated version. I gotta get a more updated version for you guys, but I highly recommend this book as a first choice book. It's by Dummies. It's something that everybody remembers, the dummy books. This one is home recording for the musicians. Just like me, I own my own recording studio and I own it in my humble abode. Okay, so this will tell you how to set up your studio, and we're going to use this as a guide. But you guys, I highly recommend you guys getting this out, checking this out. You can get it at Barnes and Nobles or Borders. If you're familiar with that, that's where I got this from. Basically, this goes over and teaches you how to build a budget recording studio that can fit any budget, whether you want to go small or big, which I am planning on going big. But right now I have a small studio to work with what I have and the space I have. All right, let me see here. All right, first we're gonna start off. I don't have too many studio mics, so this is the category for studio mics. I don't know if I'll be able to show you this. I'll bring the camera down. This is an XLR cable, okay? And that will plug into the mixer like so, okay? So this is just a basic, this is a 5-channel mixer, but the only difference is with this mixer here is you can duplicate as many channels you want in an audio DAW, a DAW. All right. So, but that will come later. Because right now I'm using GarageBand. So GarageBand works a lot different than FL Studio and better stuff. And also we are going to talk about today MIDI controllers. So first we're going to start off with 2 studio mics that I have. I need to get more for more vocalists, but I only own 2 for right now. Starting with my first studio and broadcasting mic that I've had for quite some time now, and it works really good. It actually came with a tripod, but it doesn't work, so I got to use a plastic cup to keep the mic in. It does for right now. Does the job until I could get a mic stand. All right, so we're going to talk about this studio microphone. It's made by Samsung. It's the Samsung CO1U condenser or USB condenser microphone. So if you look on the bottom, it's a USB jack. Now, I have a cable here to show you because it's not any ordinary USB jack. It's a special USB. It's a Class B USB input. And so, let me sit the mic over here for a minute. Here's one cable. I have tons of these cables because my mixer, camera, my mixer, as you can see where the power is, that takes this type of USB that I'm going to show you guys. Sorry about that. This is a square head known as a Class B USB lead. And then, but you also get what everybody's used to seeing is the regular. So you could see the difference. Okay. So how that would work is I have over here I have a brick where I could put extra USBs. Then I got a little LED light right here. So what you do is the squared end will go in, flat end goes at the top, and the rounded edge goes toward the bottom, and you would see. So this is a USB mic, and that's how it would look if you had it on a stand or whatnot, and then you plug it directly into your computer. So it's a plug and play mic, as they call it. What they mean by plug and play is you simply plug it in the computer, do minor configurations to it, and it's good to go. This mic is a wide diaphragm mic. Okay. So the sound will be deeper, but at a high pitch. Since I'm an artist myself, I use this microphone a lot for recording. But there's another mic that I also use when I'm recording. And this one is an audio, I believe it's an Audio Technica mic. And as you can see, this has a 3-pin. Comparing to this, where that's a USB. This is a short diaphragm condenser microphone. There's several purposes you can use this mic for, guys. You can use it for vocals. You can use it in front of a guitar. You can use it in front of like a trap set, drum set. You can use it in front of a speaker or a guitar, electric guitar amp. So this is a condenser also. So I own two condensers. No dynamics right yet, but everybody knows what a dynamic mic almost looks like. It's one that you would use DJing or karaoke or what have you. You wouldn't use it for like industry world standards like this mic or this mic. Now, I'd be using the condenser when I'm at a concert because it blocks a lot of background noise. Especially in the studio. Sometimes in the summer, I gotta have the AC on, and you get feedback from the AC into your microphone. So what do? You use a pop filter, preferably a vocal booth where there isn't AC, but there's ventilation. My vocal booth is like kind of over there where the air conditioner is. So I don't turn the AC on. I may have a little fan where I'm sitting in front of you guys. Is where my main central control room is here in my bedroom, which when I get a bigger place, I'll have my studio end and use a closet as a vocal booth and whatnot. So I could have a vocal booth here. It's possible, but I'd have to move a lot of stuff. So I have to do, if I do, I got big curtains that block out any extra noise, and I put the shades down. All right, so these are the two mics, wide diaphragm and a short diaphragm mic. And they have different purposes, okay? Going back to the short diaphragm, I can get like a little bit of a deeper voice into it. And I will do a demonstration, not today, but in our next course of how different microphones sound as far as that, okay? Next is like sound quality. We're going to cover all sound acoustic basics. Oh, and that wide diaphragm Samsung came with this in the box. This nice dust cover or a little pouch to store your mic in so it don't get damaged on the road or just for storing. So this is kind of nice complimentary of Samsung. And we're not talking about Samsung the phone, Samsung the audio gear, and it's spelled differently. So also I could show you some other microphones here. So the diaphragm of a condenser mic can be large or small. So like this is a small one and this is a large one. Okay, guys? And they have different singles. See, the singles in the mic is what will Now, going back to sound quality, I will do an audio test since I can do that. All right, guys, I'm gonna just go on my iTunes, and all right. And also, before while I boot up iTunes, on another note is to get the best performance, go to a Mac. Don't go to a Windows. Okay, Windows people, I'm not trying to bash you or anything, but for audio production, all the producers that I know and people that own their own home studio, they're running on a Mac. And I will tell you why they're running on a Mac. And I will tell you my opinion of experience of using a Windows computer. All right, guys. Let's start with Windows. Sorry, it's been a long day. I worked at my daytime job, so bear with me here. All right, starting off with a Windows PC. As far as audio production, I've used FL Studio with my MIDI controller, my Akai, which I'll talk about that in a few, with FL Studio. Now, I used it with Ableton. The sounds were perfectly fine. With FL Studio, there was a lot of configuring that I had to do to get the sound the way that I wanted it to sound. So on that note, yeah, there are people that have a studio running Windows-based DAWs, audio DAWs, and then there are Mac users that are using Mac audio DAWs. So, and a DAW is a program like GarageBand, Cubase by Steinberg, Logic Pro, Ableton Live, GarageBand, any of those. There's many more out there. I'm not going to go down the list because there are a lot. Reasons is one of them. But I switched over from FL Studio to GarageBand. And with GarageBand, I don't got any problems with latency, with it chopping in and out, and the audio quality sounded so terrible that you can't get fans. Okay, so, and I'm also a DJ too, so I've used DJ programs where latency was okay, in the middle, but not very good. I've used Virtual DJ. That's a very good software. But on a Windows-based computer, latency may be a factor. Where on a Mac, you could run Virtual DJ and you won't have no latency, zero latency problems. There's something that Apple makes within their computers that doesn't affect latency for us audio productions. That's why Apple, for the audio production and producers and studios and artists, it's a state-of-the-art machine because it's a powerhouse. That's why. Okay, so I'm going to do a sound test, and I don't have it plugged into the computer direct. My mixer is plugged into the computer, but it's plugged into my hub and then daisy chained into my system. All right, as far as speakers, I got two Philips computer speakers on either side and a Philips subwoofer, which I can't show you that. But the sound quality with these are really pretty good. But I'm thinking of upgrading to maybe a Yamaha studio monitor or the KRK Rockets or JBLs or something that's good for the studio alone. And then I may order an extra one for the vocalists, so they have a speaker for the booth. 2 for the control room and 1 for the booth. But this is how the sound quality sounds. I'm going to play one of my instrumentals I made just so you guys can hear it. And yeah, here it goes. And with my mixer, I can even it out and do panning. If I want pan to whatever speaker I want. And it's the same with the mic. My mixer has an EQ. EQ for the mic and EQ for the channels being ran. All right. So right now I have it plugged in and I use the auxiliary for like my phone if I want to do something extra. So take a listen. And I'll try to get this probably with my webcam. It's probably not going to come out the clearest. So if you guys were here, you would have been able to hear the difference. But here we go. Now, right now we're panning. Now it's on the right speaker. Now it's on the left speaker. Now I'm switching between both speakers, panning it back and forth like a bouncing ball. All right, everybody. So that's basically the sound audio in the system I have for right now. All right, so we're going to go move on. So how do you make those crazy sounds? You're probably wondering. And you can use your regular keyboard, like your computer keyboard, and your mouse. Okay, so you could use your keyboard and your mouse. Or you could use this. This is a MIDI controller. You can get different MIDI controllers for whatever needs. It's USB powered, so you don't need any external power to power it. And it's by Akai Professional. And this MIDI controller is called the LPD8 Laptop Pad Controller. So it don't have no keys like a keyboard, but you can get a keyboard with touch-sensitive velocity pads. These are the MPC grade pads. All right. And then there's 8 of the pads, or 4 of the pads, 8 of the Q-link knobs, or your parameter changing within your audio DAW. So the controller, what the controller does, sends MIDI, digital MIDI single to your audio DAW, and it also will enable you to play a sound like a chord or what have you. All right, guys, so that's what the MIDI controller does. And also a DJ MIDI controller is slight different, but it's the same thing. Digital MIDI. The old MIDI used to be analog and stuff, so it was different configuration than what it is today. Also, on the audio note, we're going to talk about a sound card, and I'm going to unwrap this. This is one that I use for DJing and light studio work, but it did the job. And I still use it today within doing DJing some house parties here at my luxury apartment. But anyway, this is a Behringer U-Control UCA 202. What this is it's a basic sound card. You can actually order it on Amazon for around $9, but it's a good quality. It's by Behringer or Behringer. And it's actually made and designed in Germany, but it's made in China. But this is a good sound card. You get your output and your inputs. This one dedicates a headphone, so you can see what it says. Tells you what each thing is. You get a volume for your headphones. And then you got an optical out if you have an optical like drive or whatnot. So this is basic. And then you have the standard USB, quite long cable, so it can stretch from the desk to the bed if you need it, but you won't be able to hook a guitar into it unless you have some type of adapter to convert it. So that's the biggest downfall. So this is B.A. Hardenberg here, Buddy A. Hardenberg, with this review. Oh yeah, and before I let everybody go, because I will be doing possibly another session later this evening, so this was just a short version of what we will be learning. I also have this book from when I first started DJing, when I first started teaching myself DJing. It's called the DJ Handbook by Charles Slanley. So make sure you check that out. They have newer ones. If you go to www.pcpublishing.com, I believe that's the publisher site. And this explains about the mobile DJ and the club DJ also. So this is Buddy Hardenberg here with the eCourse 101 in audio production and DJing and disc jockeying. And I will catch you in the next live stream. Take care. Peace.